Friend sent me a video which led me down a rabbit hole for the past week studying this term, Wetiko. Let's define what it is. Okay, so Wetiko is literally translated as cannibalism. However, it's not physical cannibalism as much as it is spiritual and emotional cannibalism. It is the consumption of another's life for one's own private purpose or profit. Brutality knows no boundaries. Greed knows no limits. Perversion knows no borders. This is the disease of consuming of other creatures' lives and possessions, and I will add cultures. This disease is the greatest epidemic sickness known to man. And I'm going to start by saying, who does that sound like? That's all I'm saying. If you go back in my videos, maybe about a month ago, I made a video comparing the construct of whiteness to cancer. And from what I have come to understand about Wetiko, Wetiko operates like that cancer. It is the cannibalizing of the mind, the spirit, the character traits, engulfing the other in its entirety until there's nothing else of use, and then disposing of it. Like a virus, moving from one healthy cell to the next one. This is why I'm saying that we have to reconnect to our truest spiritual nature. I believe that we were fed dogmatic religion. We were fed the Abrahamic religions to throw us off the trail because we are naturally spiritual. If they had given us no spirituality to replace our natural spirituality, we would have just gone back to what is in our nature. They had to replace it with something to feed the disease. There is a disease spirit that is able to wreak havoc on the body of earth because we don't know where to look for it. It's like somebody giving you a magnifying glass to go find gold in the sand when what you really need is a metal detector. They have given us the wrong tools on purpose. It makes it easier for this disease to permeate more and more people on a planet. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe that women embody the truest form of God on this planet. I believe that man came from the body of a woman. That makes the most sense. At some point, man wanted to have the same ability as women to create. And because they couldn't, they used their physical power to enforce dominance. And the world has essentially devolved since then. This is why when I hear people talking about, civil wars and we gotta get our pew-pews and we gotta get ready, and I'm just like, listen, we're never going to beat them at their game. If you see this from a spiritual level, destruction and war is the game of this energy, of this Wetiko spirit. That is not where our power lies. So we can't fight them using their tools. Like if you think of David and Goliath, the whole concept of that is if David would have trusted that he could use Saul's tools to beat the giant, he would have died, right? Because David had his own tools. David had to know who he was and what he brought to the table in order to be able to defeat the giant. And I'm saying that the same thing is true for us. We are looking to their tools. We're looking to capitalism and we're looking to destruction and war as a way to liberate ourselves. And it's never going to liberate us because this is not a physical war. This is a spiritual war. And we are masters of spirituality. But they have tricked us so badly when it comes to that we feel helpless. And that was the purpose. The concept of cognitive dissonance is this internal war, right? With what is true to your soul versus the truth that has been imposed on you. And most times what happens is that we lean to the truth that makes us most comfortable. But we live in a world that has manipulated us into finding comfort in the things that destroy us, things that create destruction within us. So that war is having to take in the hard truths, swallow the big pill, and put on our big girl panties and do the hard work to liberate ourselves, or to stay comfortable and watch ourselves be destroyed. It is absolutely pertinent for our liberation, for our future, for the health of this planet, that every single one of us does the work to deconstruct. And what that looks like is assessing where Wetiko is having an impact on you too. It's being willing to assess every belief. It's being willing to assess every cultural norm. It's being willing to confront the things that make you comfortable that are destroying you. There's nothing that anybody else can do to free you. The tricky thing about this spell, this curse that they have put us under, is that somebody else can help you be put under the spell, but nobody can free you from it but yourself. That's why when it comes to religion, I understand that there's nothing I will ever be able to say out of my mouth that is going to liberate somebody else from religion. They have to be willing to confront and question their own beliefs in order for that to happen. Because the danger is, while it might just take a little bit of resentment, jealousy, lack of self-acceptance for this energy to be able to get into you, once it's in you and you are continuously ignoring it and not doing the work to heal yourself, the more it stays there, the more it consumes you. And before you know it, you become it. And I genuinely believe that that is what we have seen when it comes to the construct of whiteness and people who uphold the system of white delusion. I also think that this is what we have seen with a lot of black men who will go to war to uphold the patriarchy, even though it is destroying them. Right? They don't want to do the work to free themselves from the thing that would liberate all of us because it's comfortable and they're getting a little perk from it. When the system does come down, when this disease does take them down, it's going to take all of them down. So it's important for us who are not willing to be taken down from it to insulate ourselves. So it might require us to decenter the people who refuse to do the work so that it cannot be passed down to us because it is contagious.